Have you ever wondered how close a momentary health scare could bring you to a life-changing event? Every year, around 240,000 Americans experience a mini-stroke, also known as a transient ischemic attack, TIA. These fleeting episodes may seem harmless, but they could be the crucial warning signs that prevent a major stroke. In this video, you'll discover the 8 key warning signs of a mini-stroke that every elderly person and their loved ones should recognize. We'll explain why acting quickly can save lives, reveal the risk factors that put you at higher danger, and share effective prevention strategies to protect your brain and heart health. Plus, learn how your family can support and care for elderly loved ones to ensure their safety and well-being. Stay with us until the end to empower yourself with knowledge that could make all the difference between a minor scare and a major medical emergency. Don't miss out on these vital insights that could help you or someone you care about lead a healthier, longer life. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Now let's begin. What is a mini-stroke or TIA? A mini-stroke, also known as a transient ischemic attack, TIA, is a terrifying and unsettling experience for anyone who encounters it. It's like a sudden, alarming signal from your body, a warning that something is wrong, but in a way that might seem almost invisible. A TIA occurs when blood flow to the brain is temporarily interrupted, even if it's just for a few moments. This brief blockage prevents oxygen from reaching certain parts of the brain, leading to symptoms that can be frightening and disorienting. It's as though your brain, for a short period, is being starved of its most vital resource, oxygen, leaving you with a sense of vulnerability and helplessness. What makes it so emotionally jarring is that while the effects of a TIA usually resolve within minutes to hours, they can leave a lasting emotional scar. It's not the physical damage that's most unsettling. It's the fear, the anxiety, and the uncertainty that come with not knowing what might happen next. While most people recover without lasting damage, the experience of a mini-stroke can shake you to your core. It serves as a brutal reminder that life is fragile and that the body can sometimes betray us in ways we can't control or predict. Unlike a full-blown stroke, which can lead to permanent disability, severe brain damage, or even death, a TIA is more like a wake-up call, an alarm that goes off in the body signaling that something needs to change. It's a terrifying preview of what could happen if we don't listen to our bodies or take care of ourselves in the right ways. It's the body's cry for help, a fleeting moment that could turn into something much bigger if not addressed immediately. For many, the emotional aftermath of a TIA can be more distressing than the physical effects. There's often a sense of panic, the haunting question, what if it happens again? The fear of the unknown can weigh heavily on the mind, making it harder to enjoy life as you once did. But it is important to remember that while a TIA is certainly a serious warning, it doesn't have to define you. With the right care, attention, and lifestyle changes, the risk of a full stroke can be greatly reduced. It's a wake-up call, a deeply emotional one, but also an opportunity to take control, to live more consciously, and to appreciate the preciousness of every moment. Why recognizing mini-strokes is crucial. Recognizing the signs of a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA, is incredibly important, perhaps even life-saving. These small, often subtle strokes are not just minor inconveniences, they are clear warnings that should never be ignored. A TIA is like your body's alarm bell ringing, telling you that something is dangerously wrong. It's often a precursor to a much larger, potentially devastating stroke. Studies have shown that approximately 1 in 3 people who suffer from a TIA will eventually experience a full-blown stroke. What's even more alarming is that nearly half of these strokes occur within just 48 hours after the TIA, underscoring how urgent it is to respond swiftly and effectively when you feel those early symptoms. A sudden numbness, weakness, dizziness, or trouble speaking. Your body is trying to tell you something incredibly important. It's not just a random occurrence or a passing moment. These symptoms are a direct call for attention, urging you to take action before things escalate into something far more dangerous. The danger of not recognizing these signs cannot be overstated. Dismissing them as fleeting or insignificant could result in a life-altering stroke, leaving you or your loved one with permanent damage. It's terrifying to think about, but the truth is that TIAs are not just warning signs. They are life-changing events that demand respect and urgent medical attention. We often take our health for granted until something goes wrong, and in the case of strokes, those warnings could be the difference between a full recovery and a lifetime of challenges. Recognizing these mini-strokes isn't just crucial for your health, it's crucial for your future. Don't wait. Don't ignore the signs. Your life may depend on it. The 8 warning signs of mini-strokes in the elderly. Sudden weakness or numbness. One of the most unsettling and alarming warning signs of a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA, is the sudden onset of weakness or numbness, often felt on one side of the body. This can appear as a sudden heaviness in an arm, a leg, or even the face. Imagine the shock of trying to move your arm only to find it feels as if it has turned to stone, immobile and unresponsive. Or you might catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror only to see one side of your face drooping, a crooked smile where there should be none. The feeling can be so disorienting, almost like you've been momentarily disconnected from your own body. It might seem like a minor inconvenience at first, or perhaps even something that will go away after a few moments, but make no mistake, this is a serious sign that something is wrong. The temporary nature of these symptoms does not make them any less critical. It's an urgent signal that you need to listen to, a fleeting but powerful message from your body warning you of a potential life-altering event. Ignoring it could mean missing the window of time to get the treatment you desperately need. No matter how minor it feels in the moment, don't let that false sense of reassurance lull you into thinking everything will be fine. It could be a silent cry for help, a signal from your body trying to tell you that something is off. Your health matters more than you realize, and taking immediate action could be the difference between a close call and a catastrophe. Temporary vision changes. One of the most unsettling and often overlooked warning signs of a mini-stroke in the elderly is a sudden and dramatic change in vision. It's terrifying and disorienting when the world around you begins to blur, when objects become doubled, or when you experience a brief yet overwhelming period of blindness in one or both eyes. It's as though your very perception of reality is being ripped away, even if only for a few moments. These episodes, though they might only last for a short time, should never be dismissed or underestimated. They are an urgent signal that something is dangerously disrupting the flow of blood to the brain or the parts of the brain responsible for processing vision. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. The emotions that flood through a person who experiences a sudden loss of sight are undoubtedly a sign. It's an emotional and psychological challenge too. It's as though your ability to connect with others, your voice, and even your identity are slipping away. For some, this symptom may go unnoticed at first, especially if the episode is brief, but even a short period of speech difficulty can leave a lasting impact. It's a stark reminder of how fragile we are and how important it is to be vigilant about our health. If you or someone you love experiences slurred speech or difficulty forming words, please don't ignore it. This could be your body's way of warning you about something much more serious that could be just around the corner. It's not just about the inconvenience of not being able to speak clearly. It's about understanding that this could be a major red flag for a more dangerous stroke, and the urgency for seeking medical help cannot be overstated. Your voice, your ability to communicate is priceless, and if you start to lose it, it's time to act fast. Sudden confusion is not just an unsettling experience. It is a deeply concerning warning sign of a mini-stroke, also known as a transient ischemic attack, TIA. What makes it so alarming is how easily it can be brushed off as something harmless, like fatigue from a long, stressful day, or perhaps the early stages of aging, such as the first signs of dementia. But dismissing it could have serious, even life-threatening consequences. When this happens, it's easy to assume it's just a bad moment of mental fog or an off day. But the reality is far more troubling. Imagine this. You suddenly find yourself struggling to concentrate, unable to recall simple information that would usually come effortlessly. You're disoriented, your thoughts are jumbled, and for a moment, you feel like you're lost in your own mind. It's like walking through a haze where everything seems distant and out of reach. You might even forget where you are or what you were doing just moments ago. You know something isn't right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. It's a terrifying feeling, one that can leave you questioning your own mental clarity and well-being. This confusion, while seemingly innocent, is the result of a serious disruption in blood flow to the brain. A mini-stroke, though temporary, is still a wake-up call that should never be ignored. The cognitive impairment it causes is not a small issue. It's a sign that your brain is not getting the oxygen and nutrients it desperately needs to function properly. This momentary lapse in mental sharpness might only last a few minutes, but it's a crucial signal from your body that something is wrong. For those who experience it, the emotional toll is undeniable. You can't help but feel vulnerable, as if your mind is betraying you. It shakes your confidence and can leave you in a state of fear and confusion. What if it happens again? What if it gets worse? And most unsettling of all, what if it's a sign of something far more serious on the horizon? In those moments, it's vital to listen to your body. Don't let this confusing experience pass unnoticed. Take it seriously. Seek medical attention. If you or someone you love experiences sudden confusion, time matters. Recognizing the warning signs early could make all the difference. Dizziness, or a sudden overwhelming loss of balance, is not just an inconvenience. It can be a terrifying warning sign of a mini-stroke, also known as a Transient Ischemic Attack, TIA. When this happens, it's more than just feeling lightheaded or a bit unsteady. It can feel as though the entire world is spinning out of control, leaving you completely disoriented and vulnerable. The sensation might strike unexpectedly, causing your legs to weaken and your body to feel as though it's failing you. Imagine standing, only to find yourself stumbling or even falling without any prior warning. The experience can be incredibly frightening, especially for older adults who may not always recognize it as a potential medical emergency. It's easy to dismiss dizziness as something common, perhaps due to dehydration, a drop in blood sugar, or an inner ear issue. However, these seemingly benign explanations could overshadow the much more serious possibility of a stroke, which could leave lasting damage if not addressed immediately. It's essential not to brush it off. Every instance of dizziness should be taken seriously, as it could be the body's urgent way of sending a signal that something is deeply wrong. I believe it's crucial to listen to our bodies, no matter how subtle the warning signs may seem. A sudden loss of balance could be the very thing that saves your life if it leads to early intervention. Severe headaches, although not the most frequent symptom of a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack TIA, can still appear in certain situations, and their occurrence can be both alarming and distressing. For those who experience them, the pain feels like an unexpected and cruel intrusion, disrupting an otherwise normal day. While headaches of all kinds are common, the ones linked to a TIA are notably different and should never be ignored. These headaches don't come slowly or gradually, like the familiar tension headaches many of us deal with regularly. Instead, they strike with sudden intensity, often catching you completely off guard. The sensation is typically sharp and almost stabbing, a feeling that might make you feel as though your head is under intense pressure, as though something is pushing down from the inside. It can be described as unlike any migraine or tension headache you've ever had. Something much more extreme, something that screams for your attention. But why does this happen during a TIA? The underlying cause lies in a temporary disruption of blood flow in the brain. When the blood flow is briefly blocked or restricted, sometimes due to a clot or narrowed blood vessels, the brain, which is highly sensitive to changes in its oxygen and nutrient supply, reacts with this severe, shocking headache. This vascular stress is often the brain's way of signaling that something is wrong. It's a wake-up call, a signal that the body is in distress. But unfortunately, many people misinterpret it, attributing it to something more benign or completely unrelated. That's why, when a sudden, unusual headache strikes alongside other TIA symptoms, it should never be brushed off. It could very well be your body desperately trying to tell you that something more serious is going on beneath the surface. Brief loss of consciousness, whether it's fainting or suddenly feeling an overwhelming wave of drowsiness, can be deeply unsettling and, frankly, terrifying. These seemingly minor episodes might seem like nothing more than the result of dehydration, low blood sugar, or simple exhaustion. However, we can't afford to ignore these signs, as they could be warning signals of something much more sinister: a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA. The terrifying reality is that these moments of dizziness or fatigue could be an early indication that your brain is not receiving the vital blood flow it needs. In these crucial moments, the brain is deprived of the oxygen and nutrients it requires, even if only for a brief period. This disruption can have serious consequences, even if it lasts only a few seconds or minutes. While it's easy to brush off these episodes as a result of a hectic lifestyle or a bad night's sleep, we must listen to our bodies. Ignoring them can be reckless. What feels like a passing moment of weakness could be a sign of a much larger problem, one that could affect your health long-term. It's frightening to think that something as simple as feeling suddenly lightheaded might be a clue to a much more dangerous underlying condition. I can't help but feel a sense of urgency when I think about the need to take these moments seriously, seek medical advice, and never underestimate the body's ability to communicate its distress, even in the quietest of ways. Tingling sensations, the strange and unsettling pins and needles feeling, are often more than just a temporary nuisance. These sensations can strike suddenly and without warning, typically affecting one side of the body, such as an arm, leg, or even the face. While it might be easy to brush it off as nothing serious, we should never underestimate its potential significance. In many cases, this sensation can serve as an alarming sign of something much more concerning, like a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA. Imagine the fear and confusion that must wash over someone when they experience this sensation without understanding its cause. It's more than just a discomfort. It's a message from the body that something is wrong, something that is interfering with the vital flow of blood to the brain. It's tempting to dismiss these moments as fleeting or inconsequential, but doing so can be a dangerous mistake. The feeling of tingling is not merely a nuisance. It's a red flag that demands attention, urging us to listen to our bodies and seek help before it's too late. These seemingly small, unexplained occurrences can sometimes be life-saving clues, and it's crucial, no matter how minor they may seem, to take them seriously. Your body is speaking. Don't ignore its cries for help. Risk factors for mini-strokes in the elderly are often the painful result of underlying health issues or lifestyle choices that exacerbate the risk. High blood pressure, for instance, is one of the most significant contributors to this dangerous chain of events. It's as if the heart is being forced to work overtime, constantly straining against the walls of blood vessels. This relentless pressure increases the likelihood of blockages and narrowing, setting the stage for something as devastating as a stroke. The frustration lies in how easily high blood pressure can be managed if people take the time to monitor it, yet so many don't take it seriously until it's too late. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Diabetes, an insidious condition that slowly chips away at the body, is not merely about fluctuating blood sugar levels. It has a profound and far-reaching impact on the blood vessels, weakening them and reducing the essential flow of blood to the brain. The idea that this condition silently erodes a person's health piece by piece is unsettling. While we hear about the dangers of diabetes, its true consequences, such as strokes, are far more devastating and long-lasting. How many lives could be spared if we were more proactive in preventing or managing diabetes? Another critical factor, and perhaps the most heartbreaking, is atrial fibrillation, AF, a condition where the heart beats irregularly and inefficiently. This disorder increases the likelihood of blood clots, which can travel to the brain, causing strokes. It's terrifying to think that something as seemingly innocuous as an irregular heartbeat can have such catastrophic consequences. So many elderly individuals suffer from this condition, often without realizing the full extent of the danger. If we understood the risks and the preventative measures available, perhaps fewer people would face the crushing reality of a stroke in their later years. The emotional weight of this is profound, especially when we think about elderly individuals who face these risks daily, often without any clear understanding of the looming threat. When high blood pressure, diabetes, and atrial fibrillation combine, they form a perfect storm. But it doesn't have to be this way. If we raise awareness, educate, and encourage healthier lifestyle choices, we can change the narrative for so many. Let's not wait for these preventable conditions to claim another life. With timely intervention, strokes are not inevitable, they are avoidable. This is a message we must all take to heart. When it comes to treatment and prevention for mini strokes or transient ischemic attacks, TIA, if you or someone you know has experienced one, it's crucial to act swiftly. A mini stroke might seem less alarming than a full stroke, but it is in fact a serious warning sign from your body, urging you to take control of your health before something more devastating occurs. The emotional weight of this truth cannot be overstated. This moment, though filled with fear, also offers a crucial opportunity to change the course of your life for the better. The good news is that there are treatment options and prevention strategies that can significantly reduce the risk of a more severe stroke. Medications, particularly antiplatelet drugs like aspirin, play a vital role in safeguarding your future. These small pills, though simple in appearance, can prevent blood cells from clumping together and forming dangerous clots that could travel to the brain, causing irreversible damage. It's incredible how one medication can offer such profound control over your health, giving you a sense of security. For individuals with underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease, managing these issues is paramount. These conditions aren't just numbers on a chart, they are urgent red flags that demand your attention. By working with your healthcare team, you can manage these risks, whether through lifestyle changes, medication, or both. The journey may be challenging, but it's worth every effort, because the alternative, a major stroke, could rob you of precious years, memories, and vitality. Lifestyle changes are not just a recommendation, they are a game changer. Eating a heart-healthy diet, exercising regularly, quitting smoking, and reducing alcohol consumption are all essential steps. Though these habits may require sacrifices, the rewards are far greater. A future filled with vitality, longevity, and peace of mind. Imagine waking up every day knowing you're doing everything in your power to prevent further strokes. It's not just about preventing a medical condition, it's about choosing to live life fully, with health and confidence by your side. Ultimately, when it comes to preventing mini strokes and their devastating consequences, the message is clear. Take action now, and never underestimate the power of small changes. Embrace the support of healthcare professionals, rely on the strength within yourself, and approach the future with the belief that you can protect your health and happiness. Don't let fear hold you back. Let it propel you forward into a life where you have the power to stay ahead of potential strokes, knowing you've made the right choices. Supporting elderly loved ones, especially those at risk of or recovering from a mini stroke or TIA, is one of the most heartfelt responsibilities a family can undertake. This journey requires not only understanding, but deep compassion and dedication. These moments are filled with uncertainty, fear, and emotional upheaval, not just for the elderly person, but for their entire family. The care and support you provide during these times can be transformative, not only for their health but for their sense of dignity, security, and well-being. It is essential to recognize the symptoms, even when your loved one may not be fully aware of them. A stroke or TIA can present with subtle yet alarming signs, things that might easily be overlooked in the rush of daily life. Slurred speech, sudden confusion, numbness, or weakness on one side of the body are not mere inconveniences. They are critical signals that something is wrong, and immediate attention is needed. It can be overwhelming to witness these changes, but recognizing them early on can make all the difference in reducing the risk of long-term damage. As a family member, you are the first line of defense. Your ability to guide them through this daunting time can have a profound impact on their health and overall well-being. If you're still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you're with me on this important journey. Know that you are still here with me. Your presence and encouragement are just as vital for an elderly person recovering from a mini stroke or TIA. Each day can feel like an uphill battle, with the physical, emotional, and cognitive challenges they face often feeling insurmountable. It's all too easy for them to feel isolated or defeated. Your words, your support, and your unwavering presence can be the lifeline they need during their recovery. Offering consistent encouragement, especially on the toughest days, helps them regain confidence and the belief that recovery is not only possible, but within reach. While it's easy to focus on the struggles they face, it's equally important to recognize and celebrate even the smallest victories, as these moments of progress can ignite hope and strengthen their resolve. But care isn't just about physical assistance, it's about providing emotional and mental support as well. Your elderly loved one may feel vulnerable, scared, or even frustrated by the limitations that come with a stroke or TIA. This is where your patience, empathy, and kindness become indispensable. Sometimes, it's not the grand gestures that matter most, but simply being there, holding their hand, listening to their concerns, and reassuring them that they are not alone. The power of presence cannot be overstated. Just knowing that someone is by their side, walking through this difficult journey with them, can provide a sense of peace and comfort that words alone can't offer. It's a quiet strength that reassures them they are not facing this battle alone. Families also play a crucial role in creating a safe environment that supports their loved one's recovery. Whether it's making adjustments around the home to ensure mobility and accessibility, helping manage medications, or ensuring they attend follow-up medical appointments, the role of the family is irreplaceable. These seemingly small actions, though often routine, can have a tremendous impact on their recovery and overall quality of life. In my view, supporting an elderly loved one through such an experience is not just a responsibility, but a profound privilege. It's an opportunity to show them how much they are loved and appreciated, to repay, in some small way, the years of care and love they have given to us. The journey may not always be easy, but it is deeply rewarding. The bonds of love, compassion, and understanding that are strengthened during these times can last a lifetime, leaving both the elderly person and their family feeling more connected and resilient, no matter what challenges may lie ahead. As we come to the end of this discussion on how families can support elderly loved ones through such critical moments, it's important to reflect on what we've learned today. Supporting someone through a mini stroke or TIA requires not only awareness and vigilance, but also compassion, patience, and a deep commitment to their well-being. Though these steps may be challenging, they can make a world of difference in ensuring our loved ones remain safe and continue to thrive during such difficult times. So, what have you learned from this video? Is there something you hadn't considered before? Please share with us in the comments below one key takeaway you plan to bring into practice in your own life. If you found this video helpful, we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with others who might benefit. And of course, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.